Hello there, and welcome to the second video on the Lego Brian YouTube channel. Now, you may remember, if you came from TikTok, you'll definitely know this, is that there was a vote on which set I should review next. The options were the AAT, the Duel on Mustafar, and the ATST Raider from The Mandalorian. The Duel on Mustafar got the most votes, so we will be doing that. Okay, so I'm going to break this down into different parts. First part will be why I got this set. Second part will be the minifigs in this set. Third part will be the functions of the set. Fourth part will be the good in the set, and the fifth part will be the bad in the set. Okay, so we'll just get right into why I bought this specific set. Now, something you probably don't know about this set, for me personally, is that it was my comeback to Lego Star Wars. In the past, especially if you come from TikTok, you'll know this about me. I was a huge Lego fan back in like the 2013, 2014. Then I went off it for a while, for a good bit, and I've come back to it in 2020, and this set was that comeback. Now, it was €20 in Ireland, which is brilliant pricing for Lego. Like, you won't get cheaper than that with a minifigure set. You might get a brickhead that's cheaper, or a certain battle pack, but that's probably it. So this is the cheapest Lego set. Just because it's cheap, though, doesn't necessarily mean the quality is bad. And I particularly like this set because I've always loved the Star Wars movies, and the Duel on Mustafar really was a turning point for the franchise. Like, this specific battle affected so it was basically the grand finale of the prequel trilogy and the entire incentive for most of the original trilogy. So I just loved it in that regard. It was also just, I've mentioned the pricing. Pricing was great. Good set. And also, I'm a big Clone Wars fan. And if you've come from TikTok, you'll know that I love making Clone Wars mocks. Clone Wars themed mocks with my 501st Battle Pack as well. And the Anakin and Obi-Wan, they are essential characters from the Clone Wars. And this is probably the cheapest way to obtain them. Now, speaking of the two minifigures, we'll jump right into that now. So we'll start with Obi-Wan. So both Jedi in this set just come with your run-of-the-mill lightsaber. Nothing special about that, so we'll just let that roll away. But we'll break it down piece by piece. Okay, so we will start with the legs. These legs are just your regular old Obi-Wan legs. Literally nothing unique about them whatsoever. They're just kind of basic, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they suit the minifigure well. They're just your regular old Obi-Wan legs. But when you get to this torso, it starts to become a bit more unique. There's charring marks on the torso to represent the sort of the lava on Mustafar. And when this set came out, it was the only place you could get this type of Obi-Wan. But obviously now they've come out with the new General Grievous Starfighter, and charred Obi-Wan comes in that. Which is kind of disappointing, seeing as you wouldn't really have lava marks on an Obi-Wan when he was raiding General Grievous's planet. But I mean, Lego know what they're doing, I suppose. Now, on with the head. I'll just pop it off the hairpiece. Okay. Alrighty, okay. Now, the Obi-Wan head for this set is, so you've got two sides. First side is just normal, ready for battle Obi-Wan. I'm going to wait for that to focus. Yeah, so first side is just normal, ready for battle Obi-Wan. But as you flip it, you get the concerned Obi-Wan, which I thought was quite nice, because that does fit his mood for this battle. He is concerned for his apprentice, but he also wants to chop his apprentice in half. You know, relatable, am I right? But yeah, so that concludes everything I have to say. That's just like Obi-Wan's minifigure in a nutshell. Now I'll move on with Anakin. So, as I said before, just run-of-the-mill lightsaber. Nothing to see there. But his legs, again, they're just regular Anakin legs. Nothing we haven't seen before. Kind of just your run-of-the-mill. We see these in the Interceptor set as well, I believe. And that's that. Now we'll move on to the torso. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we also see this in Anakin's Interceptor, the charred torso, but if we don't, then that means this is the only place you see it, but I think we could have seen it in the Interceptor. But yeah, so it's charred, once again, in relation to the lava on Mustafar, which I think is a nice touch by Lego. But yeah, so that is... Oh, sugar, hang on. So yeah, that is the charred Anakin torso, which I think was quite a nice touch by Lego, especially with Obi-Wan as well. I didn't really go into detail with it. With the hairpiece, once again, regular Anakin hair. Won't get too much into that, but the headpiece. Now, there's a difference between this headpiece and the Interceptor headpiece. In the Interceptor headpiece, it comes with his communicator, the yellow thing that's kind of like a gaming headset for Jedi. But yeah, so he has one of those, and he has his yellow eyes in the Interceptor as well, but they're kind of more prominent here. And he has his just normal, regular Anakin face. So we'll put that back on. And we will stand you next to your master. And that concludes the part on the minifigs. Now we will get on to the functions of the Lego set. So basically, it's equipped with 2 little clips that come apart on here, but they're also over here. So it clips in, and there is a long version to the set and a squared version. Me personally, I like to keep it at a triangular angle on display. I just think it looks the best that way. It's also displayed that way in the instructions. I'm using Darth Vader as a stand because, I don't know, just felt fitting because we're using the Duel on Mustafar. But anyway, also the platforms, similar to the lava lake in the movie, they slide up and down. Like so. So which I think that is pretty cool. And there's also this part that goes up and it crashes down again. That is to resemble when the stabilizers on the structure in the movie, when they are jeopardized and the building collapses into the lava lake. I think that's what Lego were going for when they did that. And the way that's black and the way that's orange, the orange represents its exposure to the lava and the fact that it's melting, which I thought was cool. There are also a ton of little details, you know, with the fire and the lava and just kind of red, orange, yellow, sort of the mood of this set. So that is basically everything the set has to do with. Now, I've kind of already talked about why I like this set so much, but I'll just go into it again for conclusion purposes. It was a really easy build, only 2 bags, and I don't know the exact piece count, but it can't be that much. The 2 minifigures, those were 2 very high-ranking minifigures. I really like to get them out of this set. It's a nice display set, it works good on the shelf. If you're a mock builder, particularly Clone Wars, you will appreciate the minifigs, because I appreciate the minifigs. Now, something I didn't really like about this particular set is that Duel on Mustafar, as I specified earlier, such an important point in the franchise. And I feel like I've seen a TikTok about this actually, so it's not my theory, it's someone else's. But I feel like if they had made a sort of Ultimate Collector's edition of this set, they could have had the Naboo Starfighter, they could have had Padme, they could have had a more detailed build of the structure. They could have had the landing platform. They could have had the hill where Obi-Wan got the high ground. They could have had 2 editions of Anakin, one that's all melted up and one that's like it is in this. But that would go for about 200, I'd say, or 250 if they were to manufacture that. which kind of deprives a lot of people of this set because not everyone can spend that amount of money on Lego. I like this just because it is like, that's just me nitpicking really. Like, it's a brilliant set and I do recommend it, especially if you're starting off your collection. It's a good starter, doesn't break the bank at all. Gives you 2 good minifigs. It's a nice display. It's a nice build. It gets you off slowly, but it takes you off the ground for Lego builders. I would recommend this as a starting set. So that is pretty much all I have to say about this. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you liked. And maybe if you were feeling charitable, you could subscribe as well, because there will be more Lego reviews. I also reviewed the Stormtrooper head, and if you're interested in buying that, feel free to check that out as well. Thanks very much for watching, especially those of you who came from TikTok. You're loyal followers, and you're all goats. Thanks a million for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.